Holiday eating tips for dialysis patients. As someone caring for a loved one on dialysis, you're always looking for ways to make their life better and healthier. The holidays can be particularly tricky with all the indulgent foods that may not fit into a renal diet. Thankfully, you don't have to sacrifice taste or tradition. With smart swaps and mindful choices, you can serve up a festive feast that's both delicious and kidney friendly. Selecting low-fat turkey as your centerpiece, balancing side dishes with low potassium vegetables, to choosing apple or cranberry pie over high potassium desserts. There are plenty of ways to enjoy holiday favorites while staying within the CKD diet guidelines. In this video, I'm going to give you tips on how to manage salt intake, choose the right foods, and even tackle leftovers. Remember, it's about making informed decisions without losing out on holiday joy. When it comes to understanding dietary restrictions, dialysis patients face significant dietary restrictions to manage their health effectively. Since their kidneys are compromised, they struggle to filter waste products and regulate electrolytes, requiring careful dietary management. Restricting sodium intake is crucial, as excessive sodium can lead to fluid retention and high blood pressure. Potassium levels must also be controlled to prevent heart rhythm abnormalities. Patients often need to limit high potassium foods like bananas and potatoes. Phosphorus control is essential to prevent bone and cardiovascular complications, meaning patients should minimize phosphorus-rich foods such as dairy products and processed foods. Adequate protein intake is necessary to prevent malnutrition, but excessive protein can strain the kidneys, so protein intake and fluid intake must be monitored closely, since dialysis patients struggle to eliminate excess fluids, leading to swelling and cardiovascular strain. Fluid restrictions help manage these issues. All these considerations should not be forgotten, even on a holiday like Thanksgiving or Christmas. It's not prohibited to indulge and share a good time. Just keep your limits in mind and you're good to go. You might be wondering about who I am and why I'm qualified to talk about this. If you're someone living with chronic kidney disease, I've got great news for you. Hello, I'm Mathea Ford, a registered dietitian nutritionist specializing in chronic kidney disease and owner of renaldiethq.com. I specialize in helping people just like you improve their health by making simple yet delicious changes to your meals. Together, we can transform your eating habits, boost your overall well-being, and ensure that you're enjoying every bite along the way. Say goodbye to bland and boring meals and say hello to a healthier, more vibrant life. Let's get started on this incredible journey to better health together. Visit renaldiethq.com today and take the first steps towards a healthier lifestyle. You're probably aware, but too much salt can really mess with your thirst and complicate your treatments. Many holiday foods are loaded with hidden salt sources that you might not even be aware of. Being mindful about salt consumption during the holidays means digging a little deeper into those festive recipes and making smart substitutions where necessary. For example, homemade stuffing. Instead of using the sodium-rich ingredients like prepackaged stuffing mixes or broths, consider making your own from scratch using low-sodium alternatives. Fresh herbs and spices can add flavor without adding extra salt. Ice cream alternatives. Ice cream often accompanies holiday pies and desserts, but it can be high in sodium and potassium and phosphorus. Consider non-dairy toppings or whipped cream as a lower sodium alternative. And hidden salt sources. Be on the lookout for hidden sources of salt in things like canned vegetables, cheeses, and cured meats. Opt for fresh versions when possible and keep those sneaky salts at bay. Remember, it's all about balance, enjoying the festivities while keeping your health in check. So go ahead and have that slice of pie. Just remember to stay mindful about limiting salt intake so you can savor every bite without worry. Now on to phosphorus. Managing phosphorus intake for dialysis patients during the holidays requires thoughtful planning. Since festive meals often include high phosphorus foods like dairy products, nuts, and processed foods, patients must be cautious. First of all, portion control is key. Enjoying small servings of phosphorus-rich foods can help limit intake. Opting for low phosphorus alternatives, if needed, like almond or rice milk, can reduce your phosphorus load. Choosing fresh, whole foods over processed ones is advisable. Prioritizing lean proteins like chicken or turkey and incorporating fruits and vegetables low in phosphorus, such as green beans and apples, can help maintain a balanced diet. Substituting traditional holiday recipes with low phosphorus ingredients can be creative and health conscious. For example, mashed cauliflower instead of mashed potatoes or low phosphorus desserts can be delicious alternatives. Communication with hosts is essential. Informing them of dietary restrictions enables them to prepare suitable options. Bringing a dish to share ensures there's a safe option available, and staying hydrated without overdoing fluids is also crucial, so pay attention to your fluid intake. You might consult a dietitian for holiday-specific guidance that can help dialysis patients navigate festive meals while managing their phosphorus intake, ensuring that you can have a joyful and health-conscious holiday season. Maintaining a low-potassium diet during the holidays requires strategic planning to ensure enjoyment while also adhering to your dietary restrictions. Start by identifying high potassium foods like bananas, oranges, potatoes, and tomatoes, which are commonly present in holiday meals. Opt for lower potassium alternatives such as apples, berries, green beans, and rice. Balancing portion sizes is crucial, as even low potassium foods can contribute to elevated levels if consumed in excess. Cooking methods can make a difference. Boiling vegetables can leach out the potassium, while baking or steaming can retain flavors. Careful menu selection is key to holiday gatherings. Communicate dietary needs with your host and offer to bring dishes that adhere to low potassium requirements. Experimenting with herbs and spices can enhance flavors without relying on high potassium seasonings. Avoiding processed foods, which often contain added potassium, is important. Reading labels and choosing fresh, whole ingredients helps keep potassium intake in check. Incorporating adequate fluid intake without overdoing it is also crucial. So let's talk about fluid. When it comes to fluid consideration, it's important to remember that certain foods can contribute significantly to your fluid intake. Gelatins and gravy, for example, are items commonly found on holiday tables that count as liquids. Gelatin desserts, although delicious, are essentially water-based and should be counted towards your daily fluid allowance. Similarly, gravy may not seem like much when poured over your turkey and homemade stuffing, but these little additions can add up quickly. It's crucial to remain mindful of this fact while indulging during festive meals. In managing your kidney health effectively, awareness plays a significant role. You need to consider every aspect of your meal, from the sodium in your homemade stuffing to non-dairy topping alternatives for desserts. So go ahead and enjoy the festivities and foods. Just always bear in mind what and how much you're eating or drinking. By being empowered with knowledge about your dietary needs, you can ensure happy and healthy holiday season without any unwanted complications or setbacks related to your dialysis treatment. Now let's talk about homemade meals. Opting for homemade meals can make a world of difference in managing your kidney health while still enjoying delicious food. The benefits are numerous and extend beyond mere nutrition. You have complete control over what goes into your meal, allowing you to monitor sodium and potassium levels effectively. It's an opportunity to explore creative, flavorful recipes that cater specifically to your dietary needs. Convenience is another significant factor. Sure, it might take a little more time and effort than ordering takeout or buying prepackaged foods, but the satisfaction derived from creating a delightful meal from scratch is unparalleled. Plus, you'll know exactly what you're eating, no hidden salts or preservatives. Furthermore, cooking at home gives you the freedom to experiment with flavors while adhering to your dietary guidelines. You can create dishes that satisfy both your taste buds and nutritional requirements without compromising on either. Remember that managing a renal diet doesn't mean sacrificing flavor or the enjoyment of food. With planning and creativity, homemade meals can provide superior nutrition tailored specifically for dialysis patients while also delivering incredible taste experiences that bring joy to holiday celebrations. You can enjoy the main course, turkey. It is low in fat, without the skin, and healthy. Add a little gravy and you're set with this yummy entree. If you're on dialysis, you can eat more protein since your diet requires higher levels of protein. So eat turkey accordingly. P.S. You can make low sodium broth for use later with the bones. So if you don't want to make a large bird for the day, try a roasted chicken or a smaller turkey breast. When selecting meat for the holidays beyond lean turkey, opt for lean protein sources like skinless chicken or turkey breast. Seafood like cod, haddock, or shrimp are also excellent choices. These options are lower in saturated fat and can be prepared in a variety of flavorful ways. Consider plant-based proteins like lentils, chickpeas, or tofu as a nutritious alternative. Prioritize grilling, baking, or roasting methods to minimize added fat. Smart meat selection ensures both festive enjoyment and a health-conscious approach to holiday dining. Transitioning to low-sodium soup for a dialysis diet requires careful consideration to adhere to dietary restrictions while also savoring the festivities. Begin by selecting homemade or store-bought low-sodium broths as the base. Read labels to ensure sodium content aligns with your needs. Embrace fresh ingredients like vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Chop and saute a variety of vegetables such as carrots, celery, and zucchini, and add in cooked chicken or turkey for flavor and protein. Opt for whole grains like quinoa or brown rice instead of the refined options. Season with herbs, spices, and citrus juices for robust flavor without sodium. Fresh herbs like basil, thyme, and rosemary, along with garlic and onion, can enhance the taste. Experiment with low sodium soy sauce, vinegar, or lemon juice for depth. Limit or avoid high sodium additives like bouillon cubes, canned broths, and prepackaged soup mixes. Opt for fresh or frozen ingredients whenever possible. Gradually reduce the added salt, allowing your taste buds to adjust. Preparing a low sodium soup ahead of time can streamline your holiday meal planning. Communicate your dietary needs to hosts or offer to bring your own dish, ensuring compliance with your dialysis diet during holiday gatherings. I'm going to link to my soups category on my website that talks about low sodium soups, and you can choose from there something that you might find enjoyable to take along. Now let's talk about unsalted butter and cheese. When it comes to cooking and baking this season, substituting salted butter with unsalted butter can significantly reduce your sodium intake. Salted butter contains 91 milligrams of sodium per tablespoon. By choosing unsalted butter, you control the amount of added salt, providing healthier flavor alternatives while keeping loved ones on dialysis in mind. Cheese is another ingredient where you can explore low sodium options. Swiss and ricotta cheese have less than 50 milligrams of sodium per ounce. Soft goat cheese, brie, natural cheddar, and cream cheese contain 180 milligrams or less per ounce. These cheeses not only offer delicious taste, but also contribute to reducing the overall sodium content in your meal. Remember that portion sizes are essential when calculating sodium intake for your holiday meals. Even lower sodium foods can contribute significantly if you consume them in large quantities. Making these simple baking substitutions ensures everyone at your table enjoys festive flavors without compromising their health. So this holiday season, take a moment to consider these changes when preparing your mouthwatering dishes. Your loved ones will appreciate your thoughtfulness behind each savory bite as they enjoy and celebrate alongside you. Now, the rest of the food is possibly higher in potassium, but you can work around this. Balance is the key. Many people want candied sweet potatoes, but they are high in potassium. So you could eat a small amount of those with a larger portion of green beans. Green beans are lower in potassium and make a delicious choice. You could take it one step further by leaching the sweet potatoes before cooking. That way they have less potassium before they ever get cooked. Start out by peeling the sweet potatoes, cut them into thin slices, and soak them for about 4 hours in warm water. Once you've soaked them, you drain the water and add fresh water to cook them. Making them candied with some brown sugar or honey and margarine doesn't add potassium. Watch out for the amount added if you're diabetic and need to watch your carbohydrate exchanges. You could also choose candied or glazed carrots if you prefer. Most of the time, turkey comes with stuffing. Find out if it was made from scratch or from a box. Unfortunately, most people take the shortcut and it can be high in sodium. The good news is it's probably fine for potassium and phosphorus levels. Check out a box of stovetop stuffing at the grocery store next time and see how much sodium it contains, and pay attention to the serving size. If you're in charge, see about making it from scratch and eliminating the seasonings that contain salt. If you want to add flavor, add celery, mushrooms, and carrots. They are low in potassium. And add low sodium broth or stock to decrease the added salt. If you eat the stuffing, skip the bread and rolls. It's easy to overeat and almost everything has sodium. Now let's talk about your desserts. As you're planning your festive menu, don't forget to include some kidney-friendly dessert options. You can indulge in sweet treats while adhering to dietary restrictions. It's important not just to focus on the main course and sides, but also to remember that dessert is an integral part of any celebration. Consider low sugar options for your holiday desserts. This doesn't mean you need to compromise on taste or feel deprived. There are plenty of creative fruit desserts that meet the requirements of a renal diet without sacrificing flavor. For instance, apple pie and cranberry pie are typically lower in potassium and phosphorus than other traditional desserts like pecan pie or pumpkin pie. The sweet potato pie has the same caution as the sweet potato casserole. It's really one or the other. So eat a small slice if you must have both. While you still need to watch your overall calories, you're probably going to eat a larger meal than normal on this day. Adjust the amount of your insulin and phosphorus binders appropriately to keep this meal from wreaking havoc on your body. Other things you can do that day to make sure you don't overdo it too much are to eat like a puffed rice or cream of wheat cereal for breakfast and eat a low potassium fruit with it if you eat fruit with breakfast. You might even use a non-dairy creamer to lower the potassium even further. Explore using alternative sweeteners such as stevia or erythritol instead of regular sugar. This can help keep blood sugar levels stable, especially if you or your guests have diabetes. Remember, diabetic-friendly recipes aren't just beneficial for those with diabetes, they are healthier options for everyone. However, even with these modifications, portion control remains key during this indulgent season. Enjoying smaller serving sizes allows you to savor these delicious treats without worrying about going overboard on your diet restrictions. Remember, the holidays should be enjoyed by everyone, including those with dietary restrictions like kidney disease. Being on a dialysis diet shouldn't stop you from enjoying the holidays. Understanding and managing dietary restrictions are crucial for dialysis patients to maintain their health while enjoying holiday gatherings. Balancing sodium, potassium, and phosphorus intake is essential to prevent complications. Being mindful of hidden salt sources and opting for homemade, low sodium alternatives in festive recipes helps maintain health during celebrations. Portion control and careful menu selection assist in managing phosphorus and potassium levels. Smart meat choices, low sodium substitutes, and creatively adapting traditional recipes to ensure a health conscious approach. Homemade meals offer control and creativity, allowing kidney-friendly enjoyment. Finally, dessert options can be kidney-friendly with portion control and alternative sweeteners. By prioritizing knowledge and moderation, dialysis patients can embrace holiday joy while honoring their dietary needs.